Hey guys, it's your girl Velma Williams, and how you guys doing? I'm in a very good mood today. As you can see, I'm dressed all colorful, and my favorite color is in my outfit, which is pink. Yes, so guys, today is all about the soft life. That's what we're going to talk about, and I'm here to help you guys unlock your soft life chapter. So first of all, what's the meaning of soft life? Soft life is living a life of ease. Yeah, that's simple, a life of ease. And social media has made it seem really unreachable to the average person, which is a lie. Soft life is available for anyone who wants some softness in their life, taking things easy and just living a life of ease. So the first thing you need to know about soft life is to know who you are as a person and what makes you tick. For instance, who am I? I'm Velma Williams. You need to know what works for you, what makes you tick, what makes you happy, what makes you calm, what gets you going through the day, what just keeps you in that good mood, especially when you're alone in your space and all of that. That's what you need to know. And once you can figure that out, I tell you, the chapter of softness has begun. So the next thing you need to do is to show up for you, show up for yourself. Okay, I'm going to give a brief story, okay? So basically in my life, I practically grew up with a soft life mentality, okay? I always like taking things easy. I looked out for myself, I always made sure Velma was okay? That was the way I always lived. But once I got married, that shifted like 360. I was more focused on what my kids want, if they're happy, and that the same thing goes for my husband. I was more focused on them than myself. And I think what made me realize, I didn't know how bad it was until one of my close friends came back to Nigeria on holidays, and she was like, "Oh girl, let's hang out, let's catch up, I've missed you." And I'm like, "Yeah, let's hang out." And then when I met up with her and I saw her, I was like, Jesus Christ. What have I been doing to myself? Like, this is my person, We're normally in sync, She was looking so good and happy and everything. I mean, I was happy, but I looked like I had deteriorated, By the time I got home, even when I was talking to her, I couldn't relate to some things because nothing really was important to me outside of my family circle, like my kids and all of that. And when I got back home and I looked through our pictures and videos and everything, I was like, oh my God, I look like I could be her mom's aunt, like her mom's friend, and I'm just hanging out with her and stuff like that. And I was like, no, I need to change my life. And at that point, I realized how much I had given up of myself, how I wasn't even myself. I was living so much for others that I didn't even know who I was, and throughout those periods, I won't lie, I used to get stressed out because I wanted everything perfect. I didn't have any downtime. I didn't even know what the downtime was, And that really opened my eyes that I had to show up for myself. So I actually took some time to, get help, because at that point I knew I needed help. I had to step out of that zone of saying I needed to do everything until I burn out, which doesn't make sense. I actually went out, looked for help, got a nanny to actually assist me in the house. Well, in Nigeria, getting a nanny is not as expensive as living abroad. I just want to point that out. It's not as expensive, so we could afford it. So I said, you know what, let me just do this so that I can have some time for myself. So I also focused on revamping my closet to things that I would actually love to wear. I wasn't thinking with the mom mentality anymore. I was more focused on what does Velma want. So I had to revamp my closet, do my hair, actually go out more with my friends and actually have a good time, and spend some time too with my husband, for us to create memories and things like that. So I also paid attention to having my me time. So like when he goes to work or I'm left alone, nobody needs my attention, I actually go into my cocoon where I just watch my favorite TV shows, eat my favorite snacks, have a mask on, all that kind of stuff, and just like be in my moment. Even if I nap off, I'm like, that's my me time. It's just what I need to re-energize myself. So what I'm saying is you need to show up for you. You are important. And when you show up for you, everything else makes sense. And you also pour out this good energy on everyone around you. And you just become a better person. you just feel good with life and everything around you. Everything begins to make sense. Okay, that's the beginning of softness showing up for you. Okay, that's something you need to look into. So I hope my story kind of helps you understand where I am coming from. Okay, because you are worth it. And the crazy part about life is, if you don't show up for yourself, no one will. Just letting you know, okay? You're worth it. The next one is to de-stress. Learn to de-stress. That's very important. I know we're all kind of like involved in the hustle culture. Everybody is trying to make it, whether you're a content creator, an entrepreneur, or you're working 9 to 5. Everybody is trying to make that money because we all want to live that, high life, afford what we want, everything. I'm not against that. But when you apply the soft life is actually getting things done with ease, without applying too much pressure on yourself, balancing your time, knowing when there's work time and there's leisure time. That way you don't burn out, where you now get to a point of depression, confusion, and you are stressed the hell out. That's what we're trying not to do. Okay, we are trying to create balance. Remember, soft life is a life of ease. So let's say you do a 9 to 5, you get home at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, shut down. Nothing else work related makes sense. If you enjoy scrolling on social media, looking at reels, that's your time. If you want to eat some snacks and watch a movie, that's your time. You just want to soak up in your bath and not think of anything. Just put a towel over your face. That's your time. It just depends. Just do what works for you, that brings that comfort and that and do what will make you re-energized for the next day, to face the next day in a good way. Just your you time. What will make you distressed? Very important, guys. Even if it's to read a book on your couch, get that book and read it. From 8 o'clock, nothing else matters. You need to be organized, okay? In this hustle culture, learn to distress. Always distress, believe me, and you think better and work better the next day. Okay, I know what I'm saying. Then the next one is, do not focus on what you don't have the power to control. Okay, I know a lot of us are sitting on this table. I used to sit on this table, terrible table, I kid you not. Because the worst thing about trying to control what you have no power over is confusion, frustration. You can even have anxiety. You can even enter depression. The list goes on. It's the worst thing. Now I'm going to use a relationship/friendship as an example, because that's where most of us try to control situations that we should not be controlling, especially because we have no power of what the next person is thinking or they plan to do. So if you're in a relationship where your partner, male or female, or your friend, there's something that they keep on doing to you that kind of brings down your mood, makes you sad, and just makes you the worst person ever. Basically, you feel like they don't care about you, and it hurts you. It really does hurt you. And you actually take out your time to go talk to this person and say, this is what you did to me, it hurts me, and I would really appreciate if you could look into it, so that we could get to a better place and things we can talk about it and see how we can meet, halfway. And every time you go to them to talk about it, they look at you like, what the hell is this one saying? I don't get it. Honey, this is the time where you take a step back. All I'm trying to say is this: we're trying to live a life of ease. Remember, that's what we're trying to do. And when I say that, I'm not saying you should cut off everything that hurts you. Nobody is perfect. I need to point that out. I am not perfect. I'm far from it. But for situations like this, take a step back. And you need to jot down, or if you can mentally, lay out the pros and cons of this person or people being in your life. Now, if the cons outweigh the pros, please step away from the situation as fast as possible, because you're on a spiral down to an emotional roller coaster that by the time you get off of it, I don't know what will happen to you. You could lead to a place where you wouldn't trust anybody anymore, and you feel everybody's the same, and everybody's not the same. But when you're in a situation like that, because nobody's perfect, people will test you. I mean, it's part of life, right? Even the Bible states that the mere human being, there's wickedness in there, desperately wicked. That's the natural person. And I would say that That's why I said nobody's perfect, but there are some people who truly care about you, and they root for you, they're there for you, but they have their shortcomings. Sit down, wait, and if the pros outweigh the cons, that's a good way to start. You guys can just try and find a way to work on it, whether it's counseling or sitting out talking to each other or involving somebody both of you really mutually respect. So the next one we're looking into is to create boundaries. You have to create boundaries. Boundaries is what creates your safe space. Boundaries makes you feel safe. It makes you feel calm. It makes you feel respected. And kind of like makes you feel valued, okay? Now that's an important part of soft life. Have certain boundaries that you would appreciate people not crossing. We all have that. Like for me, I have my boundaries and I make it clear to like my friends, like please don't do this. I don't appreciate this. So there are different types of boundaries. There's physical, there's financial, there's sexual, there's verbal, the list goes on. Everybody knows what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. For instance, if you're the kind of person that doesn't like, people in your space, if you're somewhere and you could just be like, sorry, I don't like people sitting too close to me. Some might be offended, but people who care about you understand that's your boundary and that's what makes you tick. Right? They would value that. And some people, if they're at a party with mutual friends, some friends are more comfortable with other friends, right? And if a particular friends keep bringing up a topic in front of your other friends and you feel uncomfortable about that, you can pull them aside and be like, please, can we not have discussions concerning this and that in front of these people? Because I don't feel comfortable enough to let them into my business. Now that's creating boundaries, and you let the person know, and if they respect you, they would follow through. And financials, let's be honest, not everybody in the circle's finances are like the same at a given time. We all have things we're doing, projects, investments, different things like that, and bills are flying everywhere. Adulthood is a scam. So what you have to do is create your financial boundaries. If your friends want to hang out this weekend, you've checked your bank account, you've exceeded the budget, you've planned to have fun for the month, just be like, guys, count me out, man. I've exceeded my budget for the month for enjoyment. And hey, you might have some friends that be like, you know what, come out, I got you. Ain't no crime there, but just be firm with your boundaries, stand by your boundaries, and also tell people you care about enough, about your boundaries so that they learn not to cross them, especially if they value you. Very, very important, because believe me, when people step into a boundary you set, you get triggered, you get stressed. Nothing makes sense at that point while they are invading that boundary. Believe me, it's not the kind of stress we're looking for. Remember, we are focusing on softness, okay? Yes. Life of ease. Now this is one of my favorites. It's your environment. Come on, your environment has to speak you. You are your environment. Your environment has to have a piece of you. For instance, my favorite color is pink. I love pink, and look at this. Not all my outfit is pink, mind you, okay? But I wore this today because I'm very happy, and it has some dash of pink. I love cute characters like this, so I have them in different parts of my house. I actually have a stash of teddy bears, and I haven't unleashed them yet. They are actually in a bag there at the storeroom, so I would unleash them at the right time. But I keep cute things like this, and I have a pink robe, pink teacup. You know where I'm going with that. My children's room is pink, and my house has different colorful sections because I love bright colors. So I'm not saying you need to go as far as me, like paint your house or anything, but let's just say if you love anime, maybe you have some anime collections, or you have some posters or really cute decors to kind of like scream anime or anything, even if it's throw pillows or whatever. Or if you love K-drama, ooh yeah, just something to symbolize or show that. Or if you love black, maybe you have black furnitures, hey, or paint your nails black. It could be anything, or all your outfits are black. It could just be anything. Just let your environment scream you, because when you come back home and you look at the things you love, honey, it's called a sanctuary. it's a sanctuary. You feel good. I mean, I have a pink humidifier. That's how much I love pink, you know? Yeah, my laptop is even pink. Like when you look at them, you feel good, you feel happy, and everything is good with the world once you step into your home. Very important. So guys, I do hope these few points help you in activating this new chapter of softness in your life, because you deserve it. And we're gonna go over it once more. So remember, you need to look out for you. That's number one. Okay, look out for you. You deserve it. You're special, and you deserve some softness in your life. Okay, please also learn to de-stress. Really, really important. Create boundaries. Okay, not every Tom, Dick, and Harry should invade your boundary. Okay, there's a boundary for a reason. You need to always feel safe at all time, and people who matter will respect that. Your environment should have a piece of you, so that when you come back home, you know you're home, you know you're in your environment, and this is your space. Okay, this is your space, which is really important. And also, please don't focus on what you cannot control. Okay, we can't control everything. Do not, because you will be depressed, you will be stressed, and you might lose a few screws here and there, and you'll be in deep thoughts. We don't need that. Okay, so remember to unlock this new chapter of softness, which is living a life of ease. Okay, this 2023 is feeling good so far, is looking good so far, and I'm very, 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 very happy about it. So guys, thanks for watching. I'm really happy you guys tuned in, and I'm happy to share this. And if you have some more things you feel I didn't touch on, some more points, you could actually comment at the comment section. We are all learning. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. I actually forgot to say that because I was so into talking to you guys. So don't forget to subscribe, click that notification button, and yeah, let's keep learning together and living that softness and just enjoying life together and exploring. So see you guys. So don't forget to subscribe, share. It's your girl.